Knowing that I've traveled a lot overseas, sometimes people will ask me about my favorite place on earth. It always surprises them when I answer, Camp Loucon.
Loucon is a place where you can find safety and serenity, and a place where, for me and myself, that I found my calling, my life to be in the ministry. Without Loucon, that wouldn't have happened.
It's like for a brief week, you could see the world how it was meant to be. You know, you would get to interact with other people, with other kids who were thinking the same things, having the same questions, needing the same answers, and you get to interact with adults who are actually really cool.
When I think of Camp Loucon, it's very tempting to immediately think of the swimming pool or canoeing or rappelling, the high ropes course, and all those things that make Camp Loucon and are very important. But I think how God uses those things is what is most important and why that ministry exists in the first place.
It was a place where God was the focus of the entire week. Every activity, everything we did was all to exalt and praise God.
I feel like it was a place that I was accepted. It was a place that I could be myself.
Camp Loucon taught me the consistency of God's love. It didn't matter how many mistakes I had made that year or where I was coming from. God's love was always the same. At the lowest point in my life, when I felt I had nothing left, I didn't feel worthy of even coming to Camp Loucon. But that's not how God's love works. At camp, I learned that God just loves me exactly how I am, with the good and with the bad.
Just because I used to be that kid, lonely, picked on kid, and at camp, people didn't judge me for my hair or my height or body shape or color. They just talked to me.
Taught me the general idea that laying it down is what we're called to do as Christians, as Christ followers. And I never would have learned that if it hadn't been for my time at Loucon.
During those times at Loucon, when the fields were quiet and you could hear the kids singing across Loucon Lake, and you could hear the worship echoing throughout the fields, that I felt God's peace, and I felt like what I was doing was something that had eternal value.
Camp is the type of place where I never wanted to leave because of that, because of the relationships that I made, because of the connection that I feel like that I made to the Lord.